Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to episode 197 of the Red Force podcast. My name's Eric Tolado. Joining me today, Christian Tolado.
We're 3 episodes away from 200.
Quiet. Subscribe to the channel.
Alright.
Like the stream.
So, Eric, why would you do it on an episode that no one's going to watch? Why would you do that?
I need to make it a part of
Alright,
the
it needs to be
routine.
It needs to be in the routine. Okay.
Hit the bell.
Yeah.
Do the thing with the bell.
Sure.
Etc.
Alright. Well, we're 3 episodes away from 200.
The big cheese.
Has work started on Cancel Lords? Has work started on the episode?
And I will remind you that Cancel Lords is due on the
Here
third.
we go.
On the third anniversary, not episode 200.
Here we go, people.
As is tradition.
And here it is.
As is tradition.
And here it is.
No,
Eric making excuses.
Listen to what I have to say.
Alright.
It's always been the anniversary. I don't know what you're talking about.
Alright. When's the anniversary? 214 or some shit?
16.
Well, you got 16 more weeks, apparently. More, you got... Doesn't even make
Yeah,
sense.
it's in January. January 1st, usually. The first week of January.
Alright, well, what's happening for episode 200, Eric?
People are coming.
Who?
Guests are coming.
Okay, well, you haven't informed me of anything. Nothing has been
You don't need to
said.
be informed.
Alright.
Things will happen.
Things will happen. Eric promising
Big
things.
shebang.
Eric promising things.
Tracking towards a week where there's no chapter, which is convenient for us. What do you think?
Maybe. Yeah. Maybe.
Anyway. This is a big week for Christian.
It's a big week. Now, I put a poll out on Discord. Alright? Because people ask. People are like, what do you...
This isn't a self-masturbatory episode.
It's going to be brutal. But anyway, we put out... Well, I put out a poll... Because people always hit me up being like, do this, do that.
On the Discord, which you can join.
You can join the Discord. The Discord people voted.
There's a lurking beast in there, Christian.
I wonder who that could be. But anyway. We put out a poll. Not my hero. Full Metal Alchemist, Hellsing, and my webtoon Shadow, and it won the poll. Slightly. But I won.
Yes.
So, this is why we're doing this today. I don't know how I review my own thing.
We'll get into it.
We'll get into it.
Anyway. The Yamato hype train will not stop.
It won't.
The merch is being sold.
Eric, they played Overtaken on the reveal.
The titties are out in full effect.
Yamato
week.
is here to stay.
Oh, yeah.
Yamato is here to stay.
Have you ever seen a more coordinated and
Deliberate
merch drop?
It's insane. Japan knows, and Japan is ready. They voted her into the top. What is she, like 11th or 12th?
Yeah.
Craziness. Yamato gonna be popular for various obvious reasons.
Yamato should feature next week in the manga
Let's hope.
with the Monkey D.
Let's hope we get that tag team. But we're here today to talk about Shadow Soul. Speaking of which, a new chapter is out just in time for this episode. Earlier today. Go read that. Nice little flashback. Is it going to be long? Yes. But that's how it is, Eric.
Which childhood flashback are we doing?
Childhood flashback of the other side. We'll see it. Various things will happen.
Which motif theme are we going for this time?
There's a lot of things going on.
Because I remember the one about sexuality.
Sure.
You usually like to pick a motif around the character.
Sure.
As using the adolescent mind to make the bridge between them gaining one of their major personality traits.
Let's say family.
There you go.
Bloodlines.
Are you doing
History.
that thing where you justify a really annoying character
No.
trait in a flashback?
We don't do that.
Because that'd be really dumb.
We don't do that. Eric.
It doesn't
We
work.
don't do that here, Eric.
That's what I like to say.
We don't do that here. Alright? We're filling in the gaps. I'm not, you know, that's an interesting question. And maybe we'll get into it later. But defining character traits via sad flashback. Am I saying it's there?
Not defining, I said justifying. Very
Oh,
different.
well, you know, what's the splitting hair? Kind of. I get what you're saying. But
Yeah, both, perhaps.
I don't like to justify negative character traits. But we'll get it. Yeah.
What is topic of the show?
Topic of the show. Something to do with art. What did I write down? The art. You can always do better, Eric. There's always room to improve.
The journey.
The journey. All right. You know, we talked about this before, but I think it's important for this episode.
Maybe we could talk about character traits in there instead.
Sure. All right.
Because I don't think that'll last too long.
Yeah, well, you know, it's a free form.
Sure, we'll just talk shit.
This episode's either going to go for 5 minutes or 6 hours.
Alright.
All right.
Fair.
All right.
I can't imagine there's that many questions either.
There's a handful. There's about 17 questions.
Mm-hmm.
So let's get into it. Shadow Soul Chapter 1. Written by me. Drawn by me. Let me take you back.
Say what you have to say.
Let me take you back to a time period called 2013. Year 11, high school. Did that add up? 2014, not last year.
14.
2013, year 11. 2014,
Yes.
year 12.
Correct.
Let me take you to the summer, which is the end of the year, of 2013, Eric. The adolescent mind. Going to the last year of high school.
Almost an adult, in fact.
Sure.
Couple of months
couple
away.
of months away from 18. Alright? Let me take you back to that time period, Eric. A young boy, a naive boy. A boy with hopes and dreams. Before university, before the last year of high school. You know.
No, you say that like you've had growth.
Well, I like to think that there's been growth.
No more hopes and dreams anymore.
Hopes and dreams never die, baby. But, as Eric knows, year 12, media, right? A class called media. You have to have a year-long project. I chose to make a comic book. What did you do? You did like a animation that you half-assed.
Well, it's all like half-asses, you know. There was a mess.
It was a mess. Adobe, not big, you know, Adobe Flash.
Crashes.
Garbage.
Those problems.
You know. Let's get into it. Chapter 1. Now, this is the remastered version, which is interesting.
Was any dialogue or story notes changed?
I think 2 panels were added just for flow. But I didn't really change anything, dialogue-wise. The idea still remains the same, which is interesting. Coming from so long ago, Eric. So long ago, Eric. Well, how many 7 years ago?
When was this remaster made?
Oh, fuck. Before the tablet. Or before the Wacom. By the way, this is the era of Master Keyboard, Eric. For those who don't know, the first 49 chapters were drawn with mouse and keyboard. Now, why was that? The shitty bamboo non-screen things are bad, and I couldn't use them. You can't use them.
Because you had no money.
And I had no money. So mouse and keyboard it was. Using various line tools, various things. Alright? Ended up scratching enough cash together.
Now, there was many an argument of you spending $1,000 on a
I didn't have it.
1060. You know,
I had to upgrade the computer. I had to upgrade the things.
Sure. There's always an excuse.
Yeah, well
I don't need it.
We ended up getting it.
Uh-huh.
Alright. And before that, this remaster happened. Chapter 1.
What are you gonna say about chapter 1?
What is it? Chapter 1, it is basically the entire story.
Listen, let's get this out of the way.
Yeah.
Is it bad?
No.
It's not bad.
No.
Are there issues?
Yes.
Yes, there are issues.
There's various issues. We'll get into it. I will admit the issues. Well, it's kind of like revision. I'm not gonna go back and revise like revisionist history. Like it's a whole discussion about what needs to be changed. Maybe we'll get into it at the end. All right. But chapter 1 is basically the story. You read chapter 1, you know what this is. All right. We start off chapter 1. A man holding a rose, Eric. All right. Asking a woman out on a date. Ali playing coy. Alright. Instantly interrupted by old man. Yelling, screaming. What are you doing? You stole my thing. Alright. Pulls out the smoke grenade. Doesn't work. Runs away. Before the guards are called. Old man says, very valuable, Rose. This man must like you. And that's the first scene. What do you think about this first scene? About this choice? What do you think? What are you thinking? What are you thinking?
The idea isn't bad.
Yeah.
Again, we've been through this many times.
Yes. Execution, direction, all kinds of issues. I understand it, Eric.
You need this. You need to establish where the characters are
in the shot.
In the world. I don't know where anyone is. And
this
is the theme throughout chapter 1.
You get a wide. You get to establish your shots. You get a wide in page 2. Alright. You get wides. Is it really about the... Oh, I've always thought about adding a page 0 as it were. Of just the double page.
Sure, but the
scenery shot.
It's the relation between the characters that's always
the distance.
Yeah.
Yeah, but chapter 1. All right. Next, this man outruns the guards, fat and lazy guards.
Yes.
The classic. Goes into his house. Thinks to himself, how am I going to explain this? Let's relax. Let's reminisce, because tomorrow is my 18th birthday, and my father's returning, and my great trial will end.
Let me ask you this question.
Yeah.
Backgrounds.
Hard, man.
Did you do the bare minimum? Where's the trash? Where's the detail?
Let me take you back to a time when I'm drawing this with a mouse and keyboard.
Yes.
And I want to kill myself with backgrounds. Building's very easy. Lines, doing that. Trash, organic shapes. Fucking annoying as shit. Alright? Now, I understand. Bit bare, but I think the house has got some detail, cabinetry, equipment. It's got some stuff there. Alright. Flashback starts. Mini flashback, Eric. We arrive. Dante's 13th birthday. Alright. Father, cooking him some breakfast. Happy birthday. Alright. They go training as they always do.
Are the pancakes relevant?
It's just a little fun. Just to show.
Does that come back?
Who knows? Alright. The peaches come to a 3. It's it's just been a cute little thing for the 13th birthday. Nice stack of pancakes.
Where's the callback?
It's like, there's not going to be a...
Did his father make him a stack of pancakes and they met up?
What? Eric, I know you love anime. And this is not a Naruto swing.
Excuse me.
There is not a Naruto swing moment.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
This is the anime of most animes.
Sure.
First chapter you could ever read.
But is it bad?
It's not bad.
Yeah, well, is it bad?
It's very anime.
Okay. Oh, fine. All right. 13th birthday, Eric. The training on the beach. I'm going to teach you the final technique, the hollow strike, Eric.
Mm-hmm.
Diego basically explains how aura works. Mind, body, soul, Eric.
Sure.
If all three overpower an object, it is turned to dust. Alright?
Mm-hmm.
What do you think about this concept?
Fine.
Fine. It is the ground level of the power system.
Mm-hmm.
Alright? I'm not going to get into it here because I don't get into it in the first chapter, but there's other things, elements, all kinds of shit. Alright? The great trial begins, Eric. Ultimate freedom will be placed upon you, the burden of freedom. And you must survive for 5 years to become a man. And I will return, and I will teach you the family secrets. What do you think about this?
This could have been cool
Yeah.
if you, like, let it breathe.
Yeah.
You could have had, the full dark face spread with, the sun behind him, the hair in the wind, which he tried to do, but it was still a small panel in the corner.
I know. Also, size limits. We can't fit this. I've already had to crush this chapter down so much. It's pixelated as shit. It annoys me. Again, the ideas, the concepts are there, Eric. The ideas are there. Would you say? Alright. What do you think about this idea of the burden of freedom? You must survive for 5 years for the family secrets.
Well, I assume this burden is explored. The idea is interesting. A burden of freedom. Family secrets don't care. But the burden is...
It's not the point in the first chapter. It's not the point. Alright? Well, I'm not gonna dump the entire law bucket on the first chapter. Otherwise it's too much.
But you do have...
I know an explanation.
A very long and lengthy explanation.
Yes, we do. Which, I could do way about it, but, it is what it is. It's probably my biggest fucking gripe about the first chapter. That's just dump. You see. But we'll get to it. That day is tomorrow. Will he return? That is the question we're left on. Daydream interrupted by a scream of a woman. Dante instantly knows. It's Ellie. He runs out. She's getting cornered by the guards. The guards, give us the money. Give us the toll. You can't enter this part of the town without paying the toll. Dante mad. Dante knows these people. He's like, what the fuck?
Dante says, get your hands off that woman.
Yeah.
No hands have been laid.
Well, she's on the floor. She's been scuffed up. So you can
no
imply.
Hands on woman.
You can imply.
Also spatial awareness, Spatial relativity, where is everyone? Are they in LA? I assume they're in LA, but...
Well, if you assumed that, you are correct, and that's the point.
That's
the point. You assumed it. Alright?
Direction is not helping you to set the tone and mood of each scene.
It's a problem.
To your advantage.
Eric, you see, I'm aware of these problems. Alright? You don't have to...
But I did point them out at the time, many times.
But... You're in the moment. You're in the forest. You can't see the trees. You're thinking about all kinds of other shit.
Okay.
You've got so much other shit to do.
Yeah.
Got time to screws here, time to screws there. Do this, do that. You can't do it all at once. Alright? You gotta bring it all together. Alright? Dante beats his guys up. Nice little kick panel. I do say myself. Alright?
Sure.
Boot in the face. Ali pulls out of water, reluctantly. Not a fan of violence. Right? Which is a theme that will carry on. It's kind of like... how do I explain this? It's like the body takes over, you know what I mean? The instinct takes over. But the mind is, not necessarily that comfortable with violence. But, it gets explored later. Whatever. Not really that important. Goons defeated. Ellie happy that she came to the alley because... what was it? She came to Ellie because she wanted to accept his date. The goons go in the way. And they go on the date. They go to the beach. Nice little time. Explain. I didn't know you're that good at martial arts. I didn't know you could use your powers in that way. And then the narrator cuts in and goes, "No, I'm not doing this."
Listen, it says, I'm sure you not want to see this awkward romantic scene.
Yeah.
I would rather see this than the next, what you're going to tell me next.
And then the lore dump.
So
The lore dump
doesn't really work because I wasn't asking why. I wasn't really interested in the
lore dump.
the power system, which you exclaimed that I must be wondering why I'm into why
Well,
what's happening.
I'm telling you.
Okay.
Right? I'm telling you. Now, the sassy narrator come back a few times. Sassy narrator, spicy narrator come back a few times here and there. Heavy with the $2, Eric.
With a sticker.
We explain the power system, elements, souls. You've read it. Can you tell me what it is?
Generic nonsense.
All right, there you go.
So, fire soul, water soul.
It's the biggest problem with the first chapter.
It's whatever.
All right,
Is it needed?
It's not needed.
No, because the father kind of explains it already.
But that's not exactly. You didn't get it. All right, so there you go. You didn't get it. That's fine.
Okay.
You didn't get it.
Yeah, but you don't need to actually explain the thing. I don't even think anyone uses any elemental techniques except at the end.
Use water powers.
I mean, she's not summoning water; she's just kind of throwing it.
You don't summon water. You didn't read it. Nice. All right, Eric just looks at it and goes, "No." I know what you did.
I kind of read it.
I know what you did. I know what he did. Anyway, date's over. Curfew. Come by the temple tomorrow for your birthday present. Winky face. We move on. It is nighttime now.
I wonder what it is.
Find out chapter 2. Alright. We go over. Dante walking down the street, going back to his house, thinking about the day.
Yeah, Dante already got one peach on that 13th birthday.
That's true.
Will he find another one?
He will eventually.
Okay.
Alright. It's all chapter 2, Eric. It's 60 chapters later.
Sure.
Alright. They go down to his house. His friend, Lance, taps him on the back. Freaks him out. Little fun time. With the best friend. Little bit of banter in the house.
Fun banter, sure.
Alright, roasting him about the date. Why you're such a fucking, goon. Why you're such a cheapskate. And then, I need to just come here to tell you, happy birthday for tomorrow. You're wanted for what you did today. End of the chapter.
Worth 1,000 zenny.
1,000 zenny, baby.
What's the actual currency?
Zelos.
Zenny.
Zenny, alright? It's zenny.
Okay.
Who cares? Alright. First chapter, out of the way. You can see what I was going for. Can you not?
Yes.
Comments. I can't comment myself.
Alright. Direction. Poor.
Okay.
Arts and
Yeah.
there's structural issues with the figures and the models.
It's halfway between me getting it and me not getting it. That's
You can see the chest and the shoulders still confused.
All right, it's halfway. It's like 3 chapters away from getting it, which is frustrating.
Dialogue's alright.
Yeah.
The structure's there. It's just like you don't use the shots to your advantage to set tone or mood or direction at all. It just kind of happens. There's no real set mood other than the dialogue and some color choices. But the structure is there to be pretty solid. It's just, there's nothing really
Just stand
crazy about it.
Yeah, a fucking meteor fall from the sky.
Do we need the page
No.
page explanation? No.
I already admitted that. That was a mistake.
Do we perhaps focus more on the characters a little bit, perhaps?
It's all character. There's Eric, is there fake depth? There is no fake depth. There's no promises. There is nothing.
Not really.
It's basically all character work.
Yes, but yeah. Would you split? You wouldn't necessarily need to split it up into one and 2 chapters or whatever. You just needs to be better choices in shots and
Yeah.
apparently. Because but yeah, that's about it. Like, it's fine.
Just get the job done.
It delivers the story in, like, it's not incoherent.
I'll take it, you know what I'm saying?
There you go.
I'll take it, you know what I'm saying? Now,
It delivers the narrative.
changes I'll make are pretty obvious. You know, you mentioned direction. It's very static. And various reasons why. No good, alright?
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah.
More wides. It's always a problem for me, more wides. It's just like getting your head wrapped around how many established shots do I need? Do people understand what characters are? It's probably the hardest bit, to be honest. Because you got to balance getting shit on the fucking page and wides and spamming wides. You know what I mean? You spam wides in those fucking space.
Well, yeah, you don't necessarily need wides. It's just like, over the shoulders, where these characters, where those characters.
Yeah.
It's tight as well.
Yeah, it's very tight. I admit that. The fucking camera is too zoomed in.
It's very
Pull
tight.
Pull it out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, also, you know, that lore dump page, it's... I don't know that I do need it. Probably don't, to be honest.
And you don't need it at that stage.
Yeah.
Maybe when we actually get into combat a little bit. I assume you fight one of each of the types
Yes.
in order, perhaps.
No.
Is it fire, water, or do we go...
That's what, you know, that's what I feel like. We do the base level first, Eric. The base level first. But they're, you know, they're all live because that's what it is. But the base level, add layers, all that kind of stuff. The power system's robust, Eric. All right, I'll say that. It's robust. It's carried me this far. New ideas, different elements.
That's good.
Mixing, matching, all the kind of stuff. And there it is. We are at 8.94, Eric. Chapter rating, Eric. And if that gets to a 9, Eric has to read the whole thing.
Yes.
Which we're very close to. Which we hope it happens. Because then he'll see the evolution. We hope he enjoys that. We hope we see he enjoys the evolution. Alright? Of the series. Of the art. And where it grows. Alright? We hope Eric enjoys it. Alright? Because he's always in there. In his chair being like, do this, do that. But Eric, where's Cancel Chapter 3? That's what everyone wants to know.
It'll be there.
So everyone wants to know. So there you go. There's my first chapter. Made many years ago. Remastered many years ago.
We gotta rate it.
Rate it. I can't rate it how do I even rate it myself?
It doesn't fail. So I will give it a 5.
5 out of 10.
It does not fail.
I think it's fair. I think that's a fair assessment. Yeah. I think that's a fair assessment. Go read it yourself. Does Eric make sense? Alright. Does Eric make sense? Do I make sense?
It's hard with direction notes because you're trying to tell. It's like feeling, right?
Yeah.
It's like emotional states and the feeling of shots. So you can't really like. It's hard to give notes on direction.
I think I'm way better at it now. I'll say that. I get it now. I know. I see where it'll change. I know what to do. All right. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Over time, it's been 7 years.
You would hope there would be improvement.
You would hope so.
Sure.
You would hope there would be improvements. All right.
All right. Shanks. Yeah.
How strong is Shanks, Eric? How strong is Shanks? Every week, we come to you with the question of how strong is Shanks. Mm-hmm. Every week we answer, Eric. Shanks is the strongest. Shanks is the God King. But there are people out there, Eric, who think Kaido's the strongest. Who think a black bear is the strongest, Eric.
Maybe.
There are people out there that think Mihawk's the strongest.
It's getting worse for me, Hawk, every week.
Swordsmen are memes. And we'll get to it. There are people out there who think Dragon's the strongest. There are people out there who think sweatiest man on the planet, Arcane, is the strongest. So sweaty, Eric.
Yes.
And there are people out there, worst of them all, who think Armor's the strongest. Why Aimu? Why are we having the most anime bullshit of all time? The secret villain, the no one wants. Please stop. Alright? But Shanks is the God King. Every week we come with 100% factual information on the table. This week's evidence is Shanks is so strong that he could solo the entire Shadow Soul verse, including all the gods, Eric. That's what it is.
People will have to find the
People always
context out
asking, who's the strongest? The answer is Shanks.
Uh-huh.
Shanks is the strongest. Shanks is the God King. Moving on to talk about the show. We'll get into it. We're here in the episode of the show. The art. You see in chapter 1, Eric, really look at it again for the first time in a while. You go, I could change this whole thing. Make it 10 times better. But you could say that with literally everything you've ever done. It never ends. That's why I like to have a schedule. I like to put things out at a timely manner. Otherwise, nothing gets done. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You can tweak and tweak and tweak. You put it out. You come back 10 years. It didn't matter if you tweaked it for fucking 3 weeks. No. It doesn't. Because you didn't have the skills at the time. You didn't have the knowledge at the time. Always changing. Always evolving. And that's what it is. And that's why I'm like, at what point do I go back and fix up these chapters? At what point? Because I could go back now, do them again, and then I come back in a year and go like, why did I do that? And then it's not going to match, and it's, it's a weirdness. But yeah. What do you think? Do you agree with? Would you agree with this state?
It's the evolution of everything.
Sure.
If you're trying, you're evolving.
Yeah.
Week on week.
Yeah.
Subconsciously all the time. Consciously all the time.
You see something here, you see something there. Let's do this. Let's try this. Practice, sure.
Now, Christian, with animation specifically.
Yeah.
How would I explain this?
It's more about
you can't do it until you do it. It's about
you gotta break through the barrier.
The flow.
The flow state.
One day you just do it and it's done. Effects. No, you can't write a handbook on effects.
You gotta break through the barrier.
It's impossible. It's all about the flow. Loops. What are you feeling at the time? What do you want the intended effect to be?
Yeah.
You can't explain to someone that you want more flowiness to this specific element. It doesn't make sense. You can't explain what you want or how you want it. You just have to do it. And eventually you go, oh,
this works here, this works there.
Yeah. You can get stuck in your head and overthink it too much and then it doesn't work because the natural elements, Christian, there is no rhythm. There is no rhyme.
Questionable.
There is no method. The natural elements have no methods, Christian. They're random.
Pretty sure a wave crashes in a very specific way.
Sure. But when you're trying to gain the effect.
Sure.
It's hard. It's always difficult with art, and people who don't do it don't necessarily understand. There's a technical aspect,
There's a feel aspect.
and then there's the talent, the raw ability,
Yeah.
the mind that can't be captured.
Sure.
It can be off one day, it can be on the next.
Sure.
Do both improve? Or does the technical skill finally at some point match
The ambition.
not even the ambition,
Or the intention.
but the intention?
Okay. I guess that's
Do you think you're at the stage where the technical skills can match the intention?
No. It'll never match it. Because you're always thinking, I got this shot in mind. How am I going to pull this off?
For me, I don't think I'm that far off.
You're always that far off. You never get... It's chasing the dragon. You're never going to reach it.
It's this close to what I intended it to be.
It's missing elements.
And 95% is really all you can ask for. Because you were working with 20% before,
Yeah.
you know?
Well, it's about the growth, it's about the evolution. And that's kind of like the whole thing with
I'm sure when we're 50 years old, we look back at the work we did when we were 23.
And that's the whole thing, right? Do I keep Shadow Soul the way it is? Because it shows the entire story. Not just the story of the narrative. The story of the growth.
Sure, and you'll be better the next time round when you finally finish.
The art. The writing. The themes. The maturity.
The themology.
The themology, as some call it.
Yeah.
All grows together in a bumpy line. Some things worse, some things better, goes up and down. But,
You see, Christian, we're in the entertainment industry and the art industry.
yeah.
And it's almost unquantifiable, which is frustrating because, it's not like accounting. You do, someone's tax returns.
Well, especially
repeat.
in this algorithm era, you're just waiting to pull the lottery, basically. In this algorithm era. If the algorithm strikes you, there's ways to do it, ways to do it right. I'm not saying there's not.
No, I think there's, yeah.
Well, there's plenty of talented shit out there that gets, no look. People don't find it.
I think
About finding
I think people these days don't rate the professional.
Well, it's not really about.
Well,
It's more about it's more about the culture around the thing than
Sure.
the actual thing.
yeah.
But
But I think artists these days go, I can do it by myself on Twitter, or I can do it. But the professional interactions are worth a lot more. Are worth a lot still.
yeah,
It's not a full digital thing anymore. But the evolution will always be there.
that's the thing, right? It's
I don't think I think when you're a master when someone calls you one, because you're never going to label yourself one, because you're
Yeah.
always going to be like, this is not what I planned it to be. But in some ways, that's what it is.
yeah. But that's the thing, Eric. This comic is basically the chronicle. It's the history of the evolution. It's one continuous piece of work that houses the journey.
Yes.
You say the same about yourself. Can you pull things out that linear shows the journey? Or is it in pieces of things you threw away, all that kind of stuff? Is the history
There's
preserved?
stuff around.
Sure, there's stuff around. Is it preserved? Is it there? Is it there on display, Eric? See, that's the thing, Eric. Is it there on display and have people seen it?
There's 2017 work.
Sure.
I think Brago's intro was 20-something, 2018 or something.
Yeah.
There's stuff out
There's
there.
various things. What I'm trying to say is, if I go back and remaster it, does that alter the history? Does that change
Sure.
maybe the meta?
There's also the commercial reality. Though.
Sure, but maybe there's the meta art of, as the story evolves, everything else evolves. The meta narrative, does that get lost? There's all kinds of questions, all kinds of high level art questions that I don't know that people are really interested in.
I'm sure many have gone down the path.
The
before.
minutiae of art and writing and all that kind of shit. You know, people always asking, how do you write? How do you do characters? How do you do this? The answer is do it.
Yeah.
The answer is you got to do it.
I'm sure Michelangelo stood back at his statue of David and thought,
Garbage.
the toe's too big.
Yeah, that's why that's why we're not getting tattoos, Eric. You know how incensed
Couldn't do it.
you would be if you got a tattoo, and then like a week later you see something, you're like, what the fuck?
For me, it's getting to the stage where it takes like a good 6 months of
To
me,
really
of
see,
me
yeah.
forgetting doing the thing
To go back and be like,
to appreciate
yeah.
that it wasn't. And then I remember all the things that I was upset about it.
Yeah.
The satisfaction lasts maybe about 4 minutes.
Sure. Like, I will do a chapter, I'll release it, I feel good for about 10 minutes, and then be like, I could have changed this, I could have done this, why didn't I do this? All those things, and you just have to deal with it, dude. It's been fucking 7 years.
But I doubt we'll ever be satisfied.
That's what it is.
That's what we strive to do.
That's what it is, dude. There it is.
To be.
Anyway. Topic of the show, ramblings of two fools of the journey of insanity, as they call it. You know?
We literally do the same thing every day. But there is some result.
Yeah, sure. Alright. Moving on to the Thunderdome. We don't have a Thunderdome this week, Eric.
No thunder.
No Thunderdome this week. No one put in a Thunderdome, Eric.
The power scale will be revised.
The power very soon. Alright, Monkey Deezers.
How high will he go?
How high will Monkey Deezers go? We'll see.
Question.
How high will Zolo go? We'll see.
That's a good question. How high will Zolo go?
How high will Zolo be? How high will Yamato be? Will we put Yamato above Zolo? Will there be controversy?
A whole tier though?
Maybe, dude. Maybe, dude. But here we go. Moving into questions.
If he just fucking one-shot Alcuno has to have Conqueror's Haki, otherwise how does he compete?
Here we are in questions, Eric. First question comes from Brinkon. As kids, we all have the my dad can beat up your dad debate. Whose dad wins? Zoro's, Sanji's, or Usopp's? Usopp's, Yasop, baby.
It's over.
See, when people ask questions about
I thought
the
he
red
knew the
hair,
answer,
people
though.
ask questions about
I
the red
thought
hair.
that was I'm pretty sure that's.
I mean, he's giving us a softball question.
I'm pretty sure that was an
Softball
intentional
question.
question,
Right.
to point out something, perhaps.
Yeah. From Sen,
Judge is clearly the bum of the group.
garbage, you know what I'm saying?
Zoro.
Although he did beat Sanji with questionable means.
Zoro's father, whoever they may be, might be a little bit of a contest with Usopp, but I imagine Yasop is
Absolutely no, dude.
wiping the floor with him.
From Sen, have you ever considered doing an animated shorts for Shadow Soul, like a trailer or something, to attract more people? Well,
Yeah, have you, Christian?
time. I've got to make the thing. I can't animate a trailer for it. Where does the time go, Eric?
I like the concept of animated short.
What, a 20-minute animated short? Like what? Like 30 seconds?
People don't understand how long
It takes.
it takes.
It takes fucking forever.
Also, work full time.
Also have side projects. Also have things you want to do. Sure. Now, of course, I'll have to pay Eric, and that'll be very expensive. And I'm not even sure he would do it.
I wouldn't do it.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So,
Unless, of course, the offer was
exuberant. Which I don't think I could afford, but there you go. So, maybe one day. I'll go see your trigger.
Look at this masterpiece.
I got a better idea for you. Stop doing bullshit like Premiere. Alright? Get some real shit.
They will insist to use CG if you got a trigger, though. They'll be like, where's the mech that we can do the CG scene with?
Look. Alright?
Listen.
Listen. No CG. Please.
Mm-hmm.
Alright? From Michael J. Did you think that One Piece has good balance between including new characters and returning old ones? Oh, yeah, it's a good balance.
Isn't it like one of the best at returning old ones? Didn't it like start the trend?
Well, like, Dragon Ball always has returning characters. Master Roshi's always there. You know, Yajirobe comes in here or there.
Yajirobe.
He's a recurring character. He just pops up here or there. But, you know, it's not a massive cast of characters.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's probably it's a great balance. New people, old people, new characters. Oh, yeah, it's a great balance. I think it's... Yeah. It's probably the greatest balance we've seen. I don't see anyone doing anything better. There you go. From I do things sometimes. What's the hardest thing about working on Shadow Soul? Oh, well, it would be the hours. Eric?
Why is that hard?
Because it's just time. What's hard?
The mental torment.
The mental torment. Well, that's part of the thing. That's just what it is.
Swaying and not being like, oh, well.
That's just my existence.
Oh.
That's just my existence. Right? That's my natural state. I'm just in a psychotic...
In some other world, some other planet, Christian exists.
Always. I'm always there, thinking about things to do, how to do it. You know. We get chapters out.
And then he talks about the lizard man.
They're common. Alright? Don't worry about the lizard man.
Mm-hmm.
Alright? So there you go. Hardest part is just doing it, dude. I mean, what's hard? You're doing what you want to do. I don't know what's hard about that.
The frustration that your vision doesn't turn up.
Well, you know, it is what it is at this point.
I don't think the time is the most taxing part.
It's actually most taxing part because it's the labor of it. You know what I mean?
Sure.
It's actually doing it. See, people like to talk about things, Eric, but they don't like to actually do the thing.
I love people to talk about things.
Right? See, that's the hardest part. Is actually doing the thing. People talk all the time. Oh, when does an O do this? When does an O do that? Trash. Bad
Scripts.
writing. I could write better. Where's your script? The doing part is the hardest part. Right? And people always go, oh, it's bullshit. I don't need to do anything to prove anyone that I'm good. Incorrect. Because you learn the most when you do. And if you don't do, you don't learn.
You don't know.
Dude, if you don't do, you don't learn. If you don't try the thing, you don't know how to do the thing. And, you know, maybe since it's got you for another time. Some people hate this idea.
Fraud.
Because it thinks it decredits it. It doesn't decredit them. Alright? They're a critic and that's what they do. But, what I'm saying is...
Well, the artist has always had issues with the critic, Christian.
100%. And then it's because I don't get it. But, you know, that's, you can't expect them to get it.
Legit valid point. They literally don't understand what they're talking about.
Yeah. Alright? They existed in their own universe. Mm-hmm. Right. But there you go.
Shout out Glam and Dritz are going to be very upset.
Is Dritz going to hear this?
No, but Glam will.
Glam might. I know Glam... Is Glam going to watch this episode?
Glam pops in and out.
Pops in and out? Okay. From Michael J. Do you think that we'll ever see Water 7 as a ship before the end of the main story, or is that for the epilogue? How much work has been done on this project? Has fucking Iceberg even started it? Or is he still drawing up plans?
Didn't it take like 10 years for this train?
Yeah.
So, a long time.
I can't remember what the progress was after the time skip, because there was an update. I think he has the plans ready or some shit.
Was this like a Dex Around the World situation where he was drawing the plans?
Yeah. I don't think it's going to be done soon.
It's been a couple of months.
It's not going to be done soon.
Yeah.
Not gonna be, maybe it's the plot of Annie's Lobby 2 in 2Ps. Or 1PZ. Whatever the one you want to call it. But maybe it's that. We'll see. Right.
So when Moria was looking for Absalom, was that a mini thriller bark or was it the real thriller bark?
It had to be a mini thriller bark. There's no way it's the real thriller bark.
How big is Beehive Island?
Fucking insane.
What's official? Is it full of lead or is it Beehive?
Full of lead. Beehive's the fake one.
Yeah.
Which you would not expect.
Full OLED.
Yeah.
Okay.
From Left Jab. What is up with all these Shanks hate Everyone riding Kaido. I don't see this. I really don't see this.
Shanks is the most loved emperor. That's factual.
I don't know all this. Everyone
Yeah,
thinks
that-
Kaido's the strongest. I don't know about this one.
Literal stats.
I don't know about this left jab. I don't know who you're talking to. All right. He prevented Kaido from going. Remember, he fought. We know the stats.
We know this record.
We know the record. We know the stats. Thank you, left
the more
jab.
Haki is revealed,
The more
Shanks
Shanks
is
shines. But there you go. All right.
and somehow people twist that into a negative.
I don't understand.
Like, oh, what makes Shanks special?
Haki.
Immense, overwhelming.
The fundamentals of the series.
You mean the most powerful system, which is Haki? Is that what you mean?
Yeah. There you go.
Right.
There you go.
Divine Departure.
Yeah. From Tom. Do you like the switch from Monster Trio to Wings of the Pyro King?
Who said this? Did Roger say this?
I mean, Oda said this multiple times now.
Multiple.
He said it at least twice. One with Robin. He said it in the fucking said it in the when they're attacking Queen and shit. He said it. He said it twice now. I think he's trying to. Is he trying to move that on us?
Where does the Monster Trio come from?
It's real.
The
I think
Weak Trio.
I think Nami calls him the Monster Trio. It's definitely said in,
Well,
in canon.
I remember the speech in his Water 7.
It's said in
When
canon.
Usopp's like, I'm not one of their monsters.
It's definitely the Monster Trio is definitely
I
said.
think it's in the context of Usopp saying Luffy, Zoro, and Sanji are all monsters that I can't compete.
I think the term Monster Trio is literally said.
Does Usopp say I'm not in the weak trio anymore when he comes
Yeah, he
back?
also says that.
Or did he say I'm not in the weak group or whatever?
Something like that. But it's a thing.
Or Jinbei's in the crew, you know?
Jinbei, Wing to the Pyro King. Is Oda trying to switch it on us? Is Oda trying to evolve the crew in some way? You know?
Can Zoro's fans handle Zoro being replaced?
That's crazy. We'll find out, Eric, and the answer is probably no.
Interesting.
From Harvest and Berry. Now this is just an attack on me. Alright? This is just a straight attack. Why are Eric's eyebrows so much better than yours, Christian?
I mean, the facts are the facts.
I don't understand when this happened.
There's been a little bit of a law. I think the audience finally caught on. Friends caught on some many years ago.
I don't remember this.
You and Colin going back at each other with eyebrows.
I mean, Colin.
It's an ancient law.
Wait, when was this? Fucking like year
So
5?
it's some kind of high school situation.
I don't know the origin of this.
But the audience have caught on.
They're thin. Well, what's the
There's
call
There's
out?
holes in them.
What's the call out?
There's holes in them.
There's holes in them. Are they thin? What? Now, Eric, when you get a haircut,
Who
right?
me?
I'm just saying.
Or just in
When you get a haircut and
Yeah.
then the hairdresser attacks your face and starts trimming the eyebrows, all right, you get mad. You go, what the fuck? Maybe that's made it more noticeable.
Maybe you're gonna speak up
Maybe that it stopped halfway through. Maybe that was what made it more noticeable.
halfway through.
Maybe that's what it is.
Perhaps.
Maybe that's what happened.
Down
Now
bad.
let's talk about the hole in Eric's beard. What are we talking about that?
No one can see it.
What are we talking about the hole in Eric's beard? All right, there are many things that you could call out Eric for that no one does.
Hey, listen, the audience can't see it, so it's not my problem.
All right, did I just give out personal law, ammo?
Doesn't really matter.
There you go, Glam. There's your ammo.
Glam can't take a screenshot though.
He'll get one when you're not looking. All right, he'll get one. But there you go. And that's the common and Eric's eyebrows. All right, that's that
Your
common.
eyebrows.
Also, because you get guests on the show, on the JoJo show, like Cole or Recon. The JoJo show is more likely because it's going to be on off weeks.
Yes.
So we can maybe get Cole. Cole's a very busy man these days.
Doing nonsense.
Recon, also very busy man. Maybe.
Not doing nonsense.
Maybe.
Can you know the line he talks about the chapter?
for 8 hours.
Yeah, probably 8 hours.
8 hours with memes, all kinds of chicanery, all kinds of nonsense. Alright, but there you go. Where are we? From Talaros. How did you all get into One Piece Australia Air the 4Kids dub? Yes. The 4Kids dub first scene. Eric. I wonder how did I get into it later on though? I was watching Naruto. I'm like, what's this?
Was it Colin?
I don't think Colin was that into it though. You know what I mean?
Someone had to recommend it. Yeah.
Because definitely watching Naruto at that point. Then we switched over to One Piece. Yes? Yes. I think that's the story. Yeah, we did see it when we were kids. And it was hype. And we liked it, you know. From Black Bull's Captain, what would you rather see? World Seeker 2 or Burning Blood 2?
Probably Burning Blood too.
I think Burning Blood got more things right than World Seeker. That's what I'll say.
Yeah.
What would Burning Blood
Just don't
need
even
to be
bother
good?
with the story, dude. Just focus on the gameplay.
I mean, they could do some arcade bullshit.
Yeah, fuck the story.
Yeah, get the gameplay solid.
One Piece fans are playing the games for the story.
Yeah, I don't know why.
They want to play as Yamato and shit and Roger.
You know what? Less characters, more polish. Make it an actual game.
Just do infinite DLC because I'll pay.
Sure. Alright, but Burning Blood 2.
The real answer is a Smash Brothers clone. But that requires high budget.
That was the question.
Nickelodeon Battlestar Royale, whatever the fuck, looks real cheap.
Well, it is. It is real cheap.
You reckon Shueisha would do any better?
No, but
Probably not. They would have the licensed music though.
maybe they would. Nickelodeon,
Who knows?
fucking absolute assholes.
Jump Ultimate was pretty good.
The DS game.
Yeah.
Yeah. But there you go.
Yeah.
Heavy. Where are we? Wings of the Pirate King again. From Dragon Loper. How many wings would One Piece have if a Pirate King could have wings? 2. Maybe 4, Eric.
Maybe 6.
6. Canon Usopp. Robin. You know.
Yeah.
There you go.
This crew's stacked.
Stacked crew. Right. From Hebi Hime. Why does Eric feel the character? How does Eric feel the characters would develop in the series for what he's seen? And is there anything you would change if you could? In a general sense, would I change anything?
It's pretty
maybe placements of certain events.
Sure.
You know.
I mean, I expect the characters, there's a little bit of a classic dynamic going on.
Classic dynamic.
So I expect the classic things.
Sure.
Can love bloom on the battlefield.
Sure.
All those kind of things.
Kojima, shout out.
Mm-hmm.
All right. What would I do? I would maybe move certain flashbacks to different portions. Move things around a little bit, maybe. But that's about it. I don't really want to change much about the plot or what happens.
Have you started a Lineage Destiny plotline yet?
The opposite. Destiny does not exist, and I will mock it. There you go, Eric.
Yes.
Does that get you excited?
It's a nice change.
The refusal
It's a nice change of pace.
to have the Destiny plot.
Mm.
The refusal. I refuse. Alright? As everyone should. But there you go. Now, Eric, will you do a Child of Destiny plot in Cancer Lords? Is that chapter 3 or is that the table for chapter 3? Does Recon mention the Child of Destiny?
There's a lot of things I want to cover.
I think Recon should mention the Child of Destiny.
The said meme backstory is one of the jewels that will be in the crown.
The sad Dritz meme backstory.
The sad meme backstory.
Sure. Oh, we're gonna have a swing.
What?
We need the Naruto swing. No friends.
No.
On a swing.
No.
How edgy we going with this, Eric?
Not too extreme.
All right, or there's
It'll be a meme.
I think it has to. You either go two ways with it. It's not sad at all, and it's like played as sad, but it's not.
Mm-hmm.
Or it's so edgy, it's comical. That's your two options.
You'll see.
I think he's gonna go for it's so edgy, it's comical.
No. Things will happen,
Okay. All right.
and then you know.
All right. From Red Robin Podcast, does Eric work for Lego?
Do I
kinda?
work for Lego? No, I do not work for Lego. I work for a studio called Flying Bar
That works for Lego,
who produces a show for Lego.
and so do I. So, do we work for Lego? No,
Not specifically.
not specifically. All right. Well, there you go. From Dart, do the characters in Shadow Soul have drip? Well, Dart, you should know. We're looking at the third arc, Eric. Gangsters.
There is some drip.
Gangsters, Eric. Got the classic.
Are they out of the black armor yet?
No.
Or is that just a uniform?
I don't. It's the uniform.
Okay.
No. We mix up the costumes a lot. Things get blown off. Things stay, you know.
Do we get titties out?
Titties are always out. I don't know what you're looking at.
I can't remember specifically anything egregious or ridiculous.
We just had a fight with a woman in a bikini, Eric. I don't know what you You don't count that as egregious. You know. What do you think about that? You don't count that. How egregious is egregious? So I don't play it for titty action.
like Nami's outfit in like Thriller Bark.
Just like a short skirt. Like what are we talking
Just
about?
dumb.
A tie and a short skirt. What do you mean Thriller Bark? Do you actually mean Thriller or something else?
Yeah, Thriller Bark is just like,
Just lame.
yeah, no good.
I'm gonna say no. There is no good costume.
So there is drip.
There's drip.
There's no Pirate King drip though, is there?
Well, you can't just copy everything. You know what I'm saying?
Where's the golden?
There's gold. There's a lot of gold, Eric.
Okay.
The king has a lot of gold. All right.
Sure.
A lot of gold, Eric. And that's the last question. Thanks for the people joining us on this journey, peering into the mind of a madman.
Two men
Of two men who will
Two men of infinite will, Christian.
two men who will never give in to the pressures of society. You know? And will always move forward and do what they have to do. You know what I'm saying? Alright? Just like Shanks. He does what he has to do. He's gonna stop Kaido.
Okay.
He's gonna stop Marineford.
Sure.
You know? He's gonna be the God King. That's what it is. Alright? Shanks is the strongest. Shanks is the God King.
Good night.
Good night.